Offerings. They leave you with a dreaded feeling playing one side or the other, while others are just like, okay, I guess we're going there then. It's a strange dichotomy that both sides have that absolutely use certain maps to their advantage, like how survivors love maps like Bad Preschool and Area of Crows, while killers love maps like Forgotten Ruins and Shelter Woods. While these maps differ wildly in designs, there's usually two things that make or break a map for players on either side: resource quantity and its map size. While one is much stronger than the other, they both give each side just enough info by knowing what map they'll play on from the start. Say if you have a survivor bringing Balanced Landing, well, they may get a random map like Shelter Woods, Wretched Shop, or Rotten Fields, maybe having only 1 to 2 spots on the map to actually use their exhaustion perk. But if they bring an offering for a map like Eerie, Haddonfield, or Badham, they may have multiple spots to use their perks, even if caught off guard, unlike other flatter maps. See, back in older 1.8 Dead by Daylight, there weren't just the map offerings that we have now. In fact, there were common and uncommon varieties as well. These would slightly increase the chance of getting a specific map instead of guaranteeing the map that you wanted, but the rare offerings still existed, making the common and uncommon variants redundant. They were eventually retired from the game because of this. Fast forward to 2024 Dead by Daylight, and the rare offerings have exploded in number thanks to the amount of realms in the game all getting their own offerings. The current total offering count in Dead by Daylight is 87, with an additional 32 either retired or unusable without an event. These include the old map offerings, the Moonlight offerings, and the Splinter offerings. Now, out of a total 87 active offerings, 6 of which are anniversary offerings, wouldn't you expect the tiers to be evenly distributed? Well, they're not. Rare is the most bloated of the category simply because of map offerings. While each tier has a respectable amount that lines up with their rarity, the sheer amount of rare offerings makes getting a specific rare item or offering actually a lower chance than a very rare item or offering. As we can see, the amount of rare offerings is more than double that of common and 10 more than uncommon. It totally blows very rare and ultra rare out of the water with how many offerings there are. Take away the map related offerings and guess how many you're left with? 10. 10 wholly unique offerings, and 8 of them are for 75% blood points in categories, leaving only 2 unique rare offerings: the Ivory Memento Mori and the Ivory Chalk Pouch. And you may be thinking, hey, if we were just talking about unique offerings, wouldn't it be the same for the other tiers? And no, it's not. The only tier that comes close to Rare's lack of unique offerings is Common and Ultra Rare, which is 1. The wholly unique offerings are the Chalk Pouch and the Ebony Memento Mori, but this is to be expected as they're at either side of the spectrum of wanted and offering. One does so little, while the other changes how people play in a big way. But you can argue that a rare map offering changes the game just as much as the Ebony Memento Mori does. Maps being a 100% guarantee through one person's offering changes the game in a major way, and you may be thinking, what about the Sacrificial Ward? Well, it's got the same problem as any other rare offering. When using the Blood Web, during the more early tiers like 15 to 30, the rare options are usually a total of 3 spots, meaning for one spot you have a 4.2% chance of getting a green item you want. Well, if you were going specifically for a Sacrificial Ward, now you have to contend with not only rare items but add-ons as well, and get a Sacrificial Ward on Survivor. The odds per rare spot are about 2.3%, and on Killer the odds are only slightly better at 2.9%. Every rare item has this 2% chance, while very rare items and add-ons and offerings are 7.7 for Survivor and 11% for Killer. The same is true for Ultra Rare, with Survivor's having 17% chance and the Killers having a whopping 25% chance for the items they want. All this math to say, it's kind of ridiculous that a rare item or offering ends up being rarer than its very rare and ultra counterparts. So, short answer to the Sacrificial Ward? No, it doesn't work as a fix for map offerings. Bringing it is completely by chance or instinct, seeing on what you may think is a survive with friends, but turns out to be 4 solo queue players with only blood point offerings, and you just wasted a 2.6% item on nothing. Map offerings themselves are a problem, and the easiest way to fix this in my mind is to do something I don't think people will like, but it's to retire the rare label and turn them into common. But not only that, but reduce the chances of the map to a 50% chance. This gives at least some chance the Survivor or Killer can't sway the match completely in their favor before the match even starts. Not only will it help overall with game help by not creating frustrating matches that are completely out of the control of one side, but it also helps with the rare bloating. Commons are available all the way through the Blood Web, unlike rares which have a range of 3 to 5 through most of the Blood Web. These common map offerings would overall have a larger chance of spawning, giving more more room for rare items, offerings, and add-ons. The only map offering I believe shouldn't be moved is the Sacrificial Ward, so it can actually be provided as a way to stop map offerings. If we remove the map offerings from rare, it would give the Sacrificial Ward a 9.1% overall spawn rate, much better than the 2.3 or 2.6% chance of the rest of the map offerings. Overall, the map offerings are a problem, and with the upcoming changes to Mori's and how useless they'll become, it'll only make the map offering problem more apparent, as they'll quickly become the most oppressive offerings in the game, as the fear Mori's put in survivors will no longer be there. But to end off this video, I want to hear y'all's thoughts on the comments below. Tell me why I'm wrong or right in your opinion, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so we can have a wide discussion on the topic.